Fire Queen 11. I can't believe I'm going to report this, or I'm going to say this in a vlog online. Okay, but it needs to be said. First, the reason I initially come here was to share my update on my cleaning, my cleansing, my reset. And I'm going to share that, but just a moment. Let me get on with something else. In case I'm being listened to by anybody attached, affiliated, what have you, or the particular person who once was considered my twin flame, this message is to tell him. Now, I'm going to preface this. So if any of his listeners are here for his purpose, I'm going to preface it first. When I first met him, it was as though he had told me, he had conjured me, basically is what he was implying, okay? I would say manifested, but, he might have been working in magic. I'm not at all certain, but the people involved in his life and himself, it's kind of sketchy, so I'm not sure. But I will say this. He did make a connection to a witch that was going to come into his future. And I'm wondering if in his mind he thought I was going to be said witch, or he put me in a position where he would call me the witch. Let me say right here for the record, I am not a witch. By birth, I may have been a witch. A lot of women, a lot of men are by natural order witches because they have wisdom at birth. It comes with them in their codons. It comes with them. You can't take that away. Their family lineage and whatever else is meant for them is there. You don't have to go get yourself a cap and go pretend to be in Harry Potter to have that. No, you don't. This isn't a fighting kind of message. I know I sound that way right now. I'm a little on edge because I was thinking about this and I got a couple messages in Dream World and downloads that he was actually afraid of me. Deep down, he waged war on me because he was afraid of me. After we had a wonderful relationship for the time we did, which I think I was being duped the whole time. And I had reason to believe it, and there's a lot that has pretty much proven it. So I'm just going to say this for the record for him or his associates. I've never meant harm on him. I've never wished ill will on him. I wanted him to heal. That was all. I did not judge him. But I did put him to task by telling him that I could not solely be responsible for his healing, that we could help each other, but we could not be responsible for the other one to heal. That's all I did. But the witch thing, no, that's ludicrous for him to even believe that I would do. I would never. So as far as me putting anything on anybody associated to him or him personally, no, not here. Return to sender is one thing. So if it's put on me, I have a good spirit team who is on task with me at all times. They don't sleep, and there is a lot of them. So I'm just going to say this right now. Anybody who puts it on me is feeling their own. And it comes back eventually, even if you think you can run and hide from it. It does. So, no, I have never put any ill will towards what I would call my twin. And also, to go backwards a little bit more, he was paranoid and said I put him in a video of mine. I've never put any format of him in any of my videos, which is more than I could probably say for him. I can't tell what he's doing behind closed doors. He has a OnlyFans kind of stuff going on, I believe. Or he did start to at the very end. So I know he has pay per view kind of stuff. So I don't know what he does. But that was me. I'm just trying to get on with this because I'm cutting away the remnants of this. And I think he's dangling, afraid of what I'll do. I'm not going to do nothing. I want him happy. I want him to heal, but I don't have the right to make him do what I want. So I want him to live his life, obviously. Whatever way he chooses to, it's his business, as long as he leaves me away from it, me and those I care about. Or anything to do with my life, period. So that's all. End of story. That's the end of that. So there is nothing going on. So if you are listening and you're out there and you're him, I just want you to be happy. Go off and be happy. Okay, my update on my new cleanse, which is the first one I've had for a great long time because of the stress I went through. I immediately went from the breakup of that last information I was just sharing, and that was painful. And I'll be quite honest, it was the most painful I think I had ever experienced. I think because we did truly share some kind of an essence between us, and I couldn't explain it, but I've never felt anything that powerful. So when it finally ended, it was hard. So I had to get myself back on track, and I did it slowly. I let my body go worse than I thought I would, because I was comforting. I was doing things I shouldn't have. I went through a really, really rough move. I didn't even get past that move. The hardship of that move was really critical. My body took a beating. I have injuries I don't want to discuss. I have a lot of injuries, and the people that were involved in that move had tremendously worse injuries. There was a lot involved with that. And so it was like reading an entire deck of tarot cards, the ordeals I've been through. Anyway, so my body slowed down because I couldn't keep on the fitness wagon like I wanted to. I lost a certain apparatus I used to exercise that I had in the home previous that I couldn't bring along. And my body took a wrath because the formula, the format, what have you, of where I live and how I conduct myself changed drastically. I went from a place that had a lot of fitness built into it, if you will, to a very compartmentalized kind of place. That's speak for small, okay, right? Anyway, so my injuries, whenever I would get up and finally get on the exercise equipment I was able to get with me, finally I was able to do it, but I would get sore immediately, like in a way I can't describe. And it had to do with those injuries that I incurred getting where I got. So anyways, this reset has been needed immensely, because the foods that we put in our bodies, we actually ingest things they're harmful. They might in the moment give us pleasure, but they can be harmful. They can really do damage. And I know they're playing around with a lot of the gene therapies and such. The things that they can attach to our produce, to any of our food, anything out there. And if you think you're going to get organic, or you think you're going to do your own thing, there is no way to get away from this. I just want to say this. I want to say this to anyone listening who thinks, "Ha, girl, you're kidding yourself. Just buy organic or go, grow your own." No, that won't work. They have control of the air, the water. They have control. Even if you go live off grid, they are going to control it anywhere you go. You'd have to find yourself a good place down inside the subterranean to control your own atmosphere and everything in there, which I don't know if many people can afford to figure out, have the ingenuity, the money, whatever. So I think that probably 99% of us are going to basically be under their thumb in some way. Okay. Now I'm speaking about the overlords. I'm speaking about those beings that we would call the G's, the ones that take our money. Okay, you know what I mean? That they take and they say it's for our better, but they're not. They do it for the abuse and criminal acts upon humanity and beings that live here, right? Okay, so you know who I'm talking about. But putting what you want to in your body has to be very, very conscious. So picking and choosing, just because you think that a piece of fruit or a piece of vegetable type produce is going to be better than Doritos or candy. No, not always. Okay, but you shouldn't eat the garbage anyway. But I'm just saying, there is still going to be garbage in the food you think is good for you. They don't have minerals in the soil anymore either. So you'll have to find your own minerals. And they've also been in control of the minerals that you would add to it. So you're not really truly getting what you should get. The times that we had our ancestors living here, they had much better everything. We have denigrated everything. They want us gone. Actually, I will one up on that one. They want us in the cloud. They want us to be AI. They want us to be bots. They have manufactured, it's like the stormtroopers in Star Wars. If you go back to the very beginning, you saw how they would take cloned beings and stick them in these white suits to put them to war or put them on combat or whatever in space, right? I don't remember the words. I'm botching it, so who cares, right? But yes, they want us to be formulated to be for them, used like soldiers, like footmen. Like, we aren't supposed to have minds or hearts. We're supposed to just be whatever they want us to be. Now, no, 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 no. You don't tell me that. Okay. Anyway, so let me just say, I am trying to eradicate what doesn't belong in my body. I'm not doing it the harsher way. There is a harsher way to go. I'm taking it 1/3 of the time. I've decided to kind of like ingest it only for a shorter time. It's 1/3, and I'm taking 80%, not 100. I'm waiting until the next time I do it. So I'm going to take a break. The next time I do it, I'm going to do a full scale, and I've released probably 50% of what I need to release out of my diet right now. And I'm not going to really go into total detail. I will say that I'm not doing dairy or meat, but I'm not going to go into total detail because it's really, everybody has their own thing. It's like having an allergy and trying to figure out what the culprit is, what is causing the trouble in the body, right? So while I do this, no, I'm not losing any weight. Produce, believe it or not, if you eat an ample amount of it, and say you don't watch, like say you have a problem with your body holding on to carbs, you can't lose weight on produce. You just have to really diligently like cut back, way back on your intake. And I have, but there's sugar in some produce. And I have a body that is dispositioned to injury. I don't know where it come from, but I will say that I have a diagnosis that is autoimmune. I have 2 of them actually, and it's dietary, but I've carried these my entire life pretty much. One of them, I think, was to undermine my ability to procreate with another. Now, I found out I'm from a family that I can understand now why they wanted to stop me, but they did steal a child from me. And I'll talk about that some other time if anyone wants to hear about it, but they did steal a child from me. At least one that I know of, okay? And that happened right before 2020. So that child is getting older now. And let me see, how old? I think that child would be about 9 now. Maybe, I think. Anyway, I do feel there was something very significant to this story there. I'll speak on it another time. I am eradicating the things that don't belong in me. Well, you look around. They have so many things they could put in our food, and our water, and our air, and our medicines, drugs, vitamins, you name it. So you can't fight everything. But if you're living with ailments or you're living with pain, you can take a little control of it. So maybe you can like mitigate some of it. I mean, I have a lot of pain. I don't complain about it a lot because I'm one of those people who I've gotten used to living with pain. So unless it's crucially bad, but sometimes it will wipe me out. And people will be like, well, why do you sleep so much? I mean, I've had people ask that. Sometimes I need more rest because the truth of the matter is rest is one of the things that can eradicate, and it takes away pain if you're able to rest, and it can heal you while you're resting, and it can bring you a stronger ability to get messages from the other side, the other realms, if you need help in assistance, getting better, healthier, because ancestors or the 5D spiritual realms can speak to you if you're ready to receive while you're sleeping. A lot of people, that's when they receive. And I am in my full Empress energy anymore. So I'm not about going out and taking what I need to get. Okay, I'm not going to go chase it. But I am open to receive it. So I pray. And when it comes to me, it's because I'm receiving it. And I'm humbly accepting of that and grateful. So that being said, I have eliminated a lot of garbage I was eating. Matter of fact, no packaged food has made it to my vessel since I've started this. The idea is that when I'm off of this, when I'm done with this segment of the program I'm doing, because I'm doing a trio thing for the summer, the idea is that I'm going to go back and I'm going to be more mindful and cautious of what I do incrementally and duration, the kinds of things I do, the kinds of things I'll welcome or allow. There was once upon a time I understood my body wasn't supposed to be a garbage can, right? Because I lost an incredible amount of weight all on my own, mind over matter, if you will. I have a strong mind. I'm very stubborn. I have a lot of fixed energy in me, but I also am changeable. I have a very powerful position for my Pluto, which means that if I want to come in and be the tower, I can destroy anything I build. if I choose to or not. I have done it both ways. I've become fantastic looking from sheer will with watching what I do and being a fitness fiend. I have done things like that with myself. Yes, I've been incredible looking, but I've also been hideous looking. So I'm a little of both. So I let myself go at one time in my life really bad. And you might have heard me talk about it before. I have, yes, in my life when I was much, much younger. I was in my 20s. I was very, very overweight, over 300 pounds. And when I got trim, I did it through mass dedication. I lost half my body weight, more than actually. And I firmed up, toned up. I looked pretty incredible for somebody you would not have known had once weighed what I once weighed. When I put weight back on through all this stuff I've been through, it was less than a lot of people by statistics. They usually, when they put weight back on, put way more on than I have. And consider I've grown older and I have a little bit of things right now stacked against me with my genes, with the way that they're formulating food, etc., etc. I should have gained, and I'm glad I didn't, a lot more. I think I have had some control, and I've had some elders, ancients, if you will, spirit guides. I think they've been with me quite a bit, helping me. There have been some times when I could have reached the other side because of tainted food or what have you. I never have that happen. You see, my leading spirit guide is my past over love. Yeah, it's no joke, and I know this for a fact because I've had confirmation given to me personally, but there were readers on pick-a piles that I went to just to get my own clarification that wouldn't be pre-formulated, that it wouldn't be adulterated. The answers would be there. And yes, my former love, who was born outside of the America region, he died of brain cancer when, right before I got married. I want to say, yeah, it's been a long time. Anyway, he's an earth sign, and he's come, and I literally have felt him with his hands, arms, what have you, around my rib cage, saving me from something that was not good. He has saved me. I felt him pick me up off the ground. I felt that cold sensation in my body, like I was going into shock, like I was about to die. I know this because I've had near-death experiences. I was a chosen one. I was marked as a child, and I had a near-death, a very, very big one, a powerful one. In that town, people spoke of me, and I don't know, they might have forgotten the story, but I was legend where I died, and it happened right in the face of the devil, pretty much. So I know I was put here as a chosen one for a light war, a light against darkness. Okay, so I know it. So this story I have to share about my baby was not just anybody's baby. I was somebody who was saved and not supposed to be here. At birth, I wasn't supposed to be here. So when I'm taking care of my vessel, I'm being told by higher sources that I need to take care of this body. So I'm taking care of it once more. It's anyone's guess how things are going to turn out. I'm going to do what I can. I'm being responsible. I am very sorry it didn't work out between me and my twin. I really thought we had some really good things to go on, and I think that he was a spiritual hater, but I could be wrong. It's okay. It is what it is. We just had different paths we needed to go. And no, I don't align, like if anyone's asking or thinking, because they know about my marital situation, don't align with my husband whatsoever. And no, I haven't severed that entirely. And that's my business. That is likely to happen. I do not know. I've given him opportunity to show himself because he has had merit to him, my husband, to show. But I kind of feel that he's void. Somebody spoke and said that my twin had no soul. Now, that would not be surprising to me because I think he made deals with entities, if you would. My husband is the same way. I never made any deals with any entities. I will not. I may have hosted things I shouldn't have because of bad habits, but I have never made a deal, and I will eradicate any MFer who tries to invade this body. I will. I have will. I have strong will. Trust me. And I have a team behind me, as I said. Anyway, long story short, I am the kind of person who sometimes I give longer than I need to, and I did with that twin. Okay, I often give longer than I need to anybody, just because I would think that it would be hard for me to turn away and then find out I didn't save somebody or I wasn't there for them that needed me, if that makes any sense. And so that's where my mind and my heart are, okay? I'm not a person who I'm a loyal heart. That's how I am. I mean, even now, it's like I still pray for I pray in a good way, for goodness for all. And even my person that I spoke about early in this video, yes, because I care about life. I care about the soul. I care about the heart. I care about humanity. Anyways, to my listeners, thank you so much for those that are good, that are here. And to one particular one who I met through happenstance, I'm grateful to have you around if you're listening to this. I'm grateful to be involved and be listening to your videos. You're very, very warm and kind, and good nature is good for all of us to have out there. And I appreciate your content. I appreciate your energy. Thank you for all you do. Yeah, I don't think it was by surprise. I think we're spirit tribe to each other. You and I are somehow related that way. And just so you know, it wasn't I think that because I had put out some kind of prayer that I would find my spirit tribe, right? You're one of my spirit tribe. I feel we are somehow connected in a higher realm. Okay, so we're going to learn from each other. And I think it's a wonderful thing when people come together that have no idea that another, is in this world. Because right now the world's starting to close up, like the walls are getting smaller. It's kind of like getting in an elevator and the walls keep on looking like they're getting thinner, or they're pushing into each other, and people are getting closer and closer because there's less of us. There's less real ones of us out here. Anyway, I'm not going to leave this going too long. I didn't want a long video. So I'm eating healthy and I'm being cautious. I'm being mindful. So if you decide to do anything like this, be very cautious how you do it. Don't be too extreme. Your body is delicate. It was made, after all, organically by the Creator. Anyway, I'm leaving this here. This is Fire Queen 11. I'm out for now.